Hey, hey you! Yeah, you heading to Star Wars Celebration? Nice, but is that what you're wearing? Oh, it's not bad, but don't you want to be more festive? Yeah, I thought so. Well, 1 month is a bit tight to make a whole costume, but we can still make your geek girl flag fly. Yes, look at you. Feel the power. All right, you ready to kick it into hyperspace? 1 month, 5 looks, and Amazon Prime. Whoa, you're stronger than I thought. Well, you're ready for celebration. Let's go. Hello there, Ari here. The Fearless Apprentice is my 3rd look in this series. Inspired by AHSOKA, this look is bold and bright and a nod to her coloring and bravery. At the end, I'll show you how to complete the look using Amazon Prime so you can be a leader of the rebellion in time for celebration. So, if you're ready to go from Padawan to Fulcrum, let's start. Hey Snips! Start off with clean and prepped skin. Don't forget lip balm. I love this hairstyle with the headband, but my fringe covers half my face, so we'll tuck it away for now. Yes, Master, I'm actually ready now, so let's begin with primer. I chose to go for a blurring one for a smooth finish under my foundation. However, this one's a little bit drying on my winter skin, so I'll probably switch back to my old fave. I also added these illuminating drops to the high points of my face for a dewy, youthful glow. I'm definitely feeling the light. Then pull out your favorite foundation. For me, that's BB cream. But I'm a light to medium coverage kind of gal, so use what you prefer. Make sure everything's blended out and melds into your skin. Next, let's clean up Sky Guy's mess with a bit of concealer. I'm covering darkness under the eye and redness across the cheeks. And some blemishes everywhere else. Then I like to use the warmth of my fingers for a seamless blend. Set it all down with a dusting of powder to last all day and all night. Our base is done, so it's brow time! I'm using this brow pomade for a strong, crisp brow to mimic the shape of AHSOKA's precise white markings. After a brush through, start by outlining the top of your brow, keeping your arch curved. Then do the same to the bottom and fill in. Use the spoolie to clean the tail and soften the front of your brow. Looking good, let's do the other side. To add in some texture and all-day hold, I'm using this brow gel that's a bit lighter than my natural hairs, and it has little fibers in it to bulk them up. With the brows done, let's move on to the eyes. So let's prime. I'm using a primer with coverage so our bright colored shadows will really pop. How else will Rex and the boys find us on the battlefield? Time for the fun part, eyeshadow. We are starting off with our transition shade. Using a fluffy crease brush and a warm tan shade, define and diffuse the crease, blending up towards the brow bone. Also bring it down through your outer V and connect to the lower lash line. Switch in palettes, take an orange shade and pack it on your finger. Then press and pull onto the lid, but leave the middle bare for a spotlit effect. You can add more layers for more color intensity, but don't blend too far up into the crease. For the middle of the lid, pick something with some shimmer. I went with this lighter yellow-toned orange that will really amp up the halo eye look. Pack it on your lid with your finger using press and pull motions. I love this 3D-like effect. Going back in with the first palette, I'm taking this super shimmery cobalt blue shade and swirling it onto the inner corner with a dense shadow brush. Be careful not to go past the inner corner and lightly tap the edge bleeding into the orange. To blow out and smooth the blue, we'll use this pointed crease brush to blend out the edges. Going back to our tan transition shade, I'm using a flat shader brush to define the lower lash line and pull up to the outer V. Be sure to fade the inner edge into the blue. To deepen up the outer V and blend into the tan, I'm taking this dark rush shade on a tapered crease brush and blending that into the deepest part of the outer V. Then, I'm using a matte bone shade to sharpen the edge of the outer V and clean up under the brow. Then, jump in with the fluffy brush and make sure all edges are soft and blended. Going back into the light shimmery orange shade from earlier, use a small brush to highlight your brow bone. And that's the eyeshadow finished, my fellow clone commanders. So let's move on to eyeliner. First, tightline your upper lash line with a brown or black pencil. This will help blend in our falsies later on. Using a white liquid eyeliner, we'll be making a long wing to mimic AHSOKA's white markings. Start by following the upper lash line. To make the wing, draw a line upwards towards your brow tail, extending from the lower lash line. Then connect it to your upper lash line in a wedge shape and fill in. Keep layering until you reach your desired thickness and opacity. The name's AHSOKA Tano, or it will be when we finish the other eye. So repeat the same steps. Keep building upon the line to make the white really bright and thicken it up. Our liner is done, but we're looking a little bald like Ventress, so let's get on some lashes. First, give them a good curl. Then, slap on a lengthening and thickening black mascara. Mine is as old and dry as the Jedi archives, so it didn't do much. Thank the Force for falsies. Don't forget to load up your bottom lashes. Before we put on falsies, I'm gonna let these eyes dry down, so let's go back to the cheeks. Inspired by AHSOKA's orange skin, we're gonna use a glowy orange shade for our blush. I kept this concentrated on the cheekbones, pulling up to the temples. Keep the edges really soft for a blurred wash of color. I swept some onto the tip of my nose just for funsies. I then went in with a yellow gold highlighter for some serious glow. I packed this on the tops of my cheekbones, sweeping up towards the temples. I also added some to the tip of my nose, the nose bridge between the eyes, the cupid's bow, and the chin. I think this highlighter alone can pull our master back to the light. Alright, time for the lips. I'm going in with this brownie nude lip pencil to clean up my lip shape. AHSOKA has very full lips, so I overdrew mine just a tad. I love Ahsoka's brown lip color, so I chose this warm brown matte shade that better suits my skin tone. Cover where you put the liner, and don't worry if you're a bit messy, we'll fix that in a sec. Since this formula is creamy, you can use a lip brush to sharpen any edges. You can also go in with some concealer if you need to. You're rockin', Snips, but let's get on some lashes. I chose a pair that will give me length and volume but still be pretty natural. So apply your glue and wait 15 seconds. Then stick down your center and tuck in the sides. And there you have it, a look that'll help you survive Order 66. But I'm gonna take it one step further with Ahsoka's cheek markings. First, take a white pencil liner and start to outline your shape. I followed a bunch of reference pictures from Google. Be light-handed at first so you can easily wipe away any mistakes. Then just clone the other side. Hee hee hee. Yas! Once you have your outlines, go ahead and fill in. To make this easier, I would definitely recommend using a white face paint. Mine unfortunately didn't arrive on time, so I had to make do with what I had. But as you can see, the liner wasn't very opaque. I used a Q-tip to sharpen up the edges and clean up any mistakes. Ignore this step if you're using a white face paint, but I used a white foundation to make my markings more opaque. This also helped me get much sharper edges. Then, to set it all down, I used a white matte shadow. One last thing before you take on Vader. Lock everything down with the setting spray. Dry with a fan for extra hold. Restyle your hair and you're ready to avenge your master. Now for the rest of the look. For Ahsoka's Lekku, I actually ordered a chevron print scarf and turned it into a headband. All you need is hot glue, scissors, and a blank headband. I got this simple knit dress that already had a tear-shaped cutout at the neck, but I added in the cold shoulders and the back cutout to be more like Ahsoka's. I wanted the dress to have an athleisure feel. I paired it with a leather belt to cinch it in at the waist and nod to Ahsoka's design. Under the dress, I wore gray leggings with a crisscross cutout that mimic hers. I paired these with brown knee-high leather boots. I went with a pair that had gold detailing and a similar shape to hers in Clone Wars. And with that, fearless apprentice, you're ready to leave the Jedi Order. Ahsoka is one of the most powerful and lovable characters in Star Wars, so I hope this look gives her justice and that you enjoyed it. Please tag me if you recreate it, and I'll see you on the next one!